Today, we're going to be talking about multicam footage. Because that's what all the cool kids are doing. Starting right... Let's try that again. Starting right now. Hey, what's up? My name's Ray. This is Lit with Ray. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. If not, welcome back. But if it is your first time here, consider subscribing because I come out with videos on creativity and technology. Everything that I'm going to discuss in this video, from gear to software, is going to be linked down in the description below. A lot of people who use a camera completely forget about what they have in their pocket at all times. The answer is your phone, if you kind of missed where I was going with that. Obviously, this one isn't in my pocket. It's actually right there. Phones are just as capable as cameras, and you always have it. Unless you're the kind of person that manages to lose things, in which case I would go ahead and check under the couch cushions, and if not, it's probably behind the pint of ice cream in the freezer. I have to admit something. I've been completely avoiding my phone for these last several months, and I can't tell you why. I think after a little while, I just get into a mindset that my phone is just not good enough, or something like that. I forgot that it existed beyond communicating with people. Phones are just as capable as cameras are for recording. So why am I bringing this up? The reason is because you can use your phone and your camera, or you can use 2 different cameras, or 3 cameras, or however many, and create a more dynamic look. If you have a camera, don't forget about your phone. It's awesome. I love my phone. In this video, I'm going to show you 2 different methods for dealing with multicam footage in Davinci Resolve. So let's start off with footage right now that I just recorded. So the multicam footage that we're about to use was filmed on both my Canon M50 as well as my Samsung S10 Plus. The first method for dealing with camera footage from multiple angles recorded at the same time is going to be with sound. This is my preferred method and the easiest method for dealing with this. So dealing with sound, you have a couple of different options for how you actually want to work with it while you're recording it. Now, one thing that a lot of people do is they're going to clap. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a solid line going up and down, letting you know that, hey, this is where it's starting. Another method, which is what I do, is I just start talking, make some sort of noise, right? So I have 2 different recordings from the introduction to this video. I broke it up because it just seemed to make sense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select both the tracks that correspond. I know for a fact that these 2 go together, and I'm going to right click on one of them and click on Create New Multicam Clip using selected clips, ellipsis. And when you do that, you can name it. This is going to be, I'll just say intro. The frame rate is fine. So what you're going to do for angle sync is drop this down to sound. This is going to let it know that you're basing it off of sound from both videos. If one of your cameras does not have a microphone, this method will not work for you, and you might as well just skip to method 2. So at this point, you click create. It's going to move your clips over to original clips if you left that checkbox checked. Now I know for a fact that the second part is also multicam clip. So this is going to be intro 2, and this one again is going to be done by sound. Again, create. I have 2 different sets of multicam footage. If we go back just real quick to the media section, or even any part, you're going to see how I did this. Today, we're going to be talking about multicam footage, because that's what all the cool kids are doing. All right, so that was that first clip, and I recorded this at the exact same time, as you can tell. Today, we're going to be talking about multicam footage, because that's what all the cool kids are doing. All right, so you guys get the point. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is go back into A-roll, and I'm going to drag this down to the timeline. I'm going to open up my inspector, and for right now, I'm going to close my media pool. As you can see, there's only one angle here right now. We're going to actually go up here, drop this down to multicam, and you're going to see 2 different angles. Now, the reason why the second angle is blacked out, it is there. It lined it up with the sound in the videos and matched the sound waves. Cool. So you have a couple of different options here as far as dealing with the sound. You can use the sound from either camera, and it can switch every time you switch angles. In my case, I did not have a microphone hooked up to my phone. I was just using the in-body mic. So For this, I have a separate Rode mic that I have hooked up to this camera. That's the sound that I'm going to use. So actually what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to click on just the video track to be able to just use the video and keep the sound on this first angle. Okay, cool. So before I get started here, I am just going to trim my clip. Awesome. Now let's go through it and I'm gonna show you how this footage works.
Today, we're going to be talking about multicam footage.
All right, so I want to switch angles right here. However, what I really want to do is invert this real quick because it is backwards and that's going to drive me nuts. There we go.
Because that's what all the cool kids are doing.
All right, so I'm going to actually cut here.
Let's try that again. Starting right now. And
all right, so I'm gonna actually cut this back over here. Literally all I had to do was click on angle 1 or angle 2. You go through it, that's what's gonna happen. The same case, if you have more than just 2 tracks, you can do 3 tracks, 4 tracks, you name it. Cool, so that's a method for dealing with sound with multi-angle footage. Now, what if you forgot to turn the mic on, you forgot to plug it in, your camera doesn't have a mic, or something happened to the audio? If you thought I'm building up to something, you're 100% right. I'm gonna cover that right now. Stop being so impatient. We're getting there. Before we do though, if you guys are getting value out of this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're confused at all, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below because I wanna know about it. I wanna answer your questions for you. Now, let's get going. So while I was creating my productivity workflow video from last week, I ran into an issue where I was screen recording, but I didn't realize until afterwards when I imported it to Davinci Resolve that the microphone on my computer was not turned on. So I had no visual cues whatsoever to be able to sync up my footage. So I'm gonna show you what I did to work around that. So for this method, I'm going to be adjusting the time code. First though, I'm gonna show you exactly what happens if I don't do it and I just try and adjust it with sound. Okay, this is what I found out. So I'm gonna go back in here and I'm gonna say create new multicam clip. It doesn't matter what it's called. And angle, we're going to say sound, okay? Analyzing the content. No match was found. You can imagine how frustrated I was. So what I'm gonna do is select new multicam clip. This time though, I'm gonna select timecode. Watch what happens. This isn't gonna work, but watch what happens. Create. Now we're gonna drag this onto our timeline. And I am actually gonna turn off inspector so I can see this. And then I just wanna skip ahead.
with an empty space, it's going to ask you to create your own boards. I've created a few for my, which has a few different. I also have ideas. We'll go list, idea list. First, we'll go into my idea list. So I created separate.
So you might not notice, but it's actually off by like a second or two. And that's completely unacceptable. So here's how I went about fixing that. We're gonna undo this and I am going to load this footage into my timeline first. Actually, I'm gonna drop in here and I'm gonna increase the size of my audio so I can see when I press the keys. Because how I was able to work around this was I hit the command to start recording on my keyboard. The microphone picked it up, and that's exactly the point where it started to record. That's what I adjusted my time code to. Watch. Did you hear it? You probably didn't hear it. Yep, okay. So that click right here, and you'll see a little tiny bit. That there is it. So what I'm gonna do is take a look at this. All right, so it's 1 second and 7 frames. So what we're gonna do is right click on here, click on click attributes, time code, and we're going to put 1.7. Click OK. Now let's try it, and we'll delete this. New multicam footage, time code, right? And then click create. Boom. So let's drag this in here, and now you'll see. Boom. I pushed the buttons and it popped up. Now you can still go about switching it up and cutting it and dicing it and all those different things. That's how you're going to get it to work. So one thing that I wanted to cover with you too is there's another way to change the angle of your footage if you need to. What you do is go onto the timeline here, you right click on the clip, and then you're going to say switch multicam clip angle and click on angle 2. When you do that, all of a sudden you have the second clip right there. Yeah, so there's method 2. Not too shabby. If you're looking to create a more dynamic look in your videos, then don't overlook the power of having a second camera available. If you're just recording on your phone, borrow a friend's phone, use an old phone, get creative, have fun with it. Are you ignoring your phone right now? Stop. Don't do it. Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys get value out of this video, I want you to go ahead and smash that like button for me. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and take care of that while you're at it. Hit the little bell so you get notified whenever I come out with a new video. In the meantime, go ahead and check out some of these other videos here, and I'll catch you guys next time.